Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen, we are diving back into Battletech, and today we are doing a special contract mission. Actually, that's not true. It's a regular contract mission, but it is a defend base type mission, and I think these are very fun and very challenging, so it's going to be pretty exciting for us. It's a 2-star difficulty, so not that crazy, but anything can happen, things can go wrong, so let's go ahead and negotiate this. We have the chance for a very high amount of salvage, but if you'll notice, our funds are not doing all that great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the finances a bit, turn down the salvage, but we're not going to get any bonus reputation for this one. So it's been unfortunate because I want to get, I don't know if I can go above friendly actually. Let me go ahead and check that. Because if I can't go above the friendly reputation, then I'm going to stop doing missions for reputation. And yeah, you can go a little bit higher. So we can probably go to a status where they're just throwing money at us and just, you know, giving us free blowjobs and ice cream. Weird combination, I know, but you'd take it if it was offered to you. Anyway, we're gonna do the mission, but for this one we're not going to take any bonus reputation because we could really use the money. Yeah, just about 700,000 credits, 1 guaranteed salvage, 6 other pieces at random. It's a solid mission. Let's take it. You know what? I'll do it. Alright, folks. We're using the exact same squad composition that we had on the previous mission. Medusa in the Dragon. He's the melee guy. Glitch in the Blackjack with her new ability called Breaching Shot. Attacks with a single weapon, ignore cover, and guard it on the target. That's going to be very powerful for dealing with the guys in the forest or guys that are braced down. And of course, Decker in the Vindicator Vinny with his Master Tactician moving in the 4th initiative phase instead of the 3rd. I'm bringing Payroll back in the Hunchback. Okay, we're going to try and Dookie Blast some fools with the AC-20. It's such a silly weapon. And the logical part of my brain says, don't use that. Bring the Centurion instead. Bring the Shadowhawk, maybe something different. But the goofy side of me wants to dump truck somebody. 1 shot, 1 kill. What's the deal? It's the Hunchback. So let's get out there and defend this base. All right, Commander, we need to protect the Arano Restoration base and keep the VIP safe. As expected, we have multiple incoming pirate units. Hold the blaze, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Our employers are providing us with extra support, Commander. There are point defenses set up around the base. Unfortunately for us, they're offline. What? Fortunately, though, we've got a team of restoration engineers who can bring them back online, escort them to the generators, and we can boost our firepower and repel the pirate forces. This is very exciting. I've actually never done a mission like this one before. I've done one base mission before, but never one where I had to get turrets online. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I have to escort these guys to the base and then they'll turn on the turrets. Okay, I see how that works. I 100% see how that works. So we do have eyes on 2 unknown mechs. So what I'll do is I'll sprint Decker up. There's no cover nearby. I could run him up in brace, but we'll just have to rely on evasion for now. And that should be okay. Now, as for the enemies, we got a 30-ton. That's probably a spider or a commando. Not a big deal. Actually, commando's 25 tons, but I'm not worried about 30-ton mechs. Looks like they're kind of rushing in with lightweight guys. Which, believe it or surprisingly, the lightweight mechs, I always get a little bit cocky when I see a bunch of them. But there's 4, right? So if they all focus fire on a single guy, and they build up 4 points of evasion every turn, it could be a problem. So, you know what? I'm not going to get overconfident about these lightweight mechs. I'm not going to be a douchebag because I think I'm cool and I'm a tough guy. I'm going to be intelligent about this, and I'm not going to take for granted the amount of firepower that they have. Alright, so from the looks of it, we've got so far a nice assortment of lightweight mechs. We've got a fire starter, but it is ramshackle. so it doesn't have a lot of armor, so it's not going to be that big of a problem. We've got a ramshackle locust and probably 2 other ramshackle mechs, so really this is probably going to be a cakewalk. Now the locust, he's being aggressive. He ran right up on us. It didn't fire a shot though, so we're gonna trounce on these guys, man. They're getting up close and personal. I think they're all within melee range. Oh no, this was the spider that got all up in our grill. But yeah, these guys have walked into melee range, so they pretty much doomed themselves to a swift and painful death. I honestly, I feel very comfortable and confident just meleeing without even building up evasion against these guys, because the amount of firepower that they have is not going to be enough to breach through our armor without several turns of concentrated fires. So yeah, let's just rock 'em sock 'em these guys.
Targeting for physical attack.
You know, I think the spider is probably the most annoying of the lightweight mechs, because unless I kill it in one shot by hitting it in the core, you never disable its weapons, because its weapons are in the core. So you're blowing off arms and legs and whatnot, but it's not weakening the target at all, and it can be a bit
Waiting
annoying.
on you, Commander. What can I do
Now,
for you?
unfortunately, Blackjack and the Hunchback can't get into melee range, so they can't really do anything. So I'm just gonna brace. Actually, well, I'll keep moving the Hunchback forward, but I'll move it forward and brace.
Consider it done.
Because there's not really anything valuable that I can do. I could shoot into all that evasion, but it'll probably miss.
Waiting for
Same
orders.
thing goes for Glitch. I'm not even gonna move her. Just brace down.
Resting my neck.
Because she's on a good spot on the hill to defend the base if we get attacked from a different direction. And the engineers are in position and have disembarked from the ACPs. The vehicles will scatter and support you. Just keep those turrets online. Nice. Alright, so we have turrets now, and I can turn off the rapid movement thing. I like it, and I play with it
Commander.
when I'm in a rush, but I'm not in a rush right now. We can take our time.
Location confirmed.
You know, I like watching the mech stomp around, and you don't get to see that when it's moving high speed. We just kicked the locust in the face. Anybody want a bug meat sandwich? Now, unless they send some heavier stuff within the 9 rounds that they have remaining, we've got this in the bag. I'm gonna assume though that this is just the sort of first wave, the first assault that's gonna come through, because they have to have more. There's no way they don't have more. And the APCs are helping us out with some supporting laser fire. They've knocked down the spider, so we're gonna curb stomp him with Vindicator Vinny. Or not. Maybe the turrets will kill it. But one thing that I wanted to talk about last time was the fact that I am doing separate playthroughs of Battletech just for fun, because I really enjoy the game. And something cool about it that I'm really enjoying is the fact that it still feels exciting based on how you decide to play the game, right? Because there are a decent number of different ways for you to build your mechs and different ways for you to approach things, so that even if you wow, we punched him in the face. there are new and exciting strategies for you to try. So in a similar vein to a game like XCOM, or even some real-time strategy games like Empire Earth, let's say, that there are different ways to go about achieving the same goal. And I really like that. I really enjoy being able to feel as if my experiments have the potential to yield something, and something good. Now we're going to use Breaching Shot for the first time on the Locust. If it connects in his core, that should be an instant kill. Yep. Not an instant kill, but we ignored the guarded, got rid of his arm. That felt pretty damn good.
Yes, Commander.
Just for giggles, I could shoot him with the AC-20. I'll do it. I don't care. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot him, but not with the AC-20. Yeah, because it can be difficult to create a replay value for a game, especially because Battletech does have a story mode, so you do end up playing the same missions a couple of times, and there's not an infinite number of different maps that you can play on. So there's you know, there's some predictability in it. But if you go in with different mechs, different pilots, different loadouts, then all of that stuff feels different, and it's a fun experience. And we kicked the locust in the chest, cooked him up a little bit. Probably should have turned off the flamers, but it's no big deal. The first wave has been dealt with, but more hostile reinforcements are coming. Oh man, Battletech. Great game, not super well optimized. It lags way more than it should based on the system that I have. I've got a pretty awesome computer, man. It should be running this game smooth as glass, but it doesn't matter. It's still fun. I'll deal with it. Still very annoyed by it. So, we're in a weird spot here because we have 8 enemy mechs on the battlefield, and that is a freaking lot of enemy mechs. And they don't pose that great of a threat to our mechs because we've got way too much armor for the amount of firepower that they have. But the problem is they pose a threat to the buildings that we're trying to save, and there's an objective to ensure that all of the buildings survive, and we kind of want to succeed at that objective because we get bonus finances for that. So we've really got to take these guys out, and we've got to take them out quickly before they get in range to start dealing damage to the building. So I'm going to go for another multi-shot here. I know these guys have a buttload of evasion that I'm having to fire through. Our shot percentages are absolute doo-doo. But if we do hit with these breaching shots, we'll potentially cripple these guys or possibly kill the locust. I don't think we can kill the commando in one shot. We neutered the locust a little bit, and we took off the large laser on the commando. 2 phenomenal hits right there. That was totally worth it. Breaching shot may be the strongest DPS ability in the game. Just the ability to negate defense is insane. But this is where things get fascinating. We've got to fire into a lot of evasion with our hunchback, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So maybe what I can try is a precision shot. I'm just going to jump a little bit to build up some evasion, and we'll try and precision shot one of the higher priority targets, which would be the Panthers. Damn, even actually, you know what? The Shadowhawk is a bit intimidating, isn't it? But even our precision shot has such a low chance to hit. I almost don't even want to take that. Well, I didn't bring the AC-20 to look at it and smell it or whatever. I brought it so I could take shots in people's cores, even when they're braced down. So let's take the shot. Missed. Everything missed. Payroll, you're off the frickin' payroll. My goodness. That was terrible. That was a terrible precision shot. I mean, I probably should have waited, actually, because I think that the allies that I have, the turrets and the APCs, they'll sensor lock stuff. Yup. Probably should have waited. Well, you live and you learn. We're gonna have to get aggressive, though. We can't rest on our laurels. We have to do something on every single turn. So let's go in and kick this guy in the face and burn him to death.
On my way.
Here we go, running in with the dragon.
Time to get physical.
Bang. Now we left the core alive a little bit, but the flamers, if they both connect, they will take it out. Nothing. Damn it, that's very unfortunate. Just targets living one more turn than they should is putting a risk on the buildings. Like I said, the mechs, I'm not worried about them killing me. I'm worried about them killing the objective. And of course, the APC is not helping. So you know what? I think if I'm gonna fire my AC-20, I should probably wait until the final phase so that maybe the turrets will do a sensor lock. Maybe? This is weird. This is a little bit weird. But you know, we've got a buttload of morale, so let's start spending it frivolously. We're gonna do a called shot on the Panther's chest. If everything hits, we'll definitely kill it. Looks like we spread it a little bit too much. Wow!
Scored a critical hit.
For anybody that missed that, the Panther's core has 1 health remaining. Oh my god, there's so many mechs. Okay, I see how you're gonna play this Panther. That was your first and last mistake, buddy. But going back to what I was saying before about replay value and whatnot, one game that I really enjoyed quite a bit that had absolutely no replay value for me was Titanfall 2. After I beat the campaign on that, I never picked it up again, and I never had any sort of desire to pick it up again. It's obviously it's due in part to the fact that the game gave me terrible headaches, but at the same time, even if it didn't, it's a very complete feeling experience. Once you beat it once, you know all of the beats that are going to come by, and a lot of the joy of that game.
You get a headshot and you
A lot of the
get a
joy
headshot.
from the Titanfall 2 campaign experience came from experiencing things for the first time. They did a lot of really, really extravagant and innovative set pieces that took 100% advantage of the mechanics that the game was built around, which was the advanced movement type parkour stuff. And after you've done it once, after you've gone through the beautiful campaign once, and you've experienced all of that nuance, it's a roller coaster ride, and it's a fun roller coaster ride, but it's one of those roller coasters where you kind of don't need to do it more than once, right? You go for the ride.
What's the plan?
What's that big roller coaster? It doesn't matter, but it's like a really big roller coaster that's super cool, but you don't need to do it multiple times because it's like, come on, it was too much. Kneecap destroyed. The AC-20 is so stupid. But yeah, but that's just how I felt about it, right? Obviously, there are people who enjoyed the Titanfall 2 campaign more than I did, and they played it a million times even after beating it. But for me, it was an experience that felt so complete and so innovative that once that innovation wears off, it's just kind of, all right, well, I'm just going through the motions at this point. It's still fun, but it doesn't have that same magical spark. Whereas with Battletech, because it is this turn-based strategy game with so much depth and so many different ways to play and customize, you get a slightly different experience every time, even if you're doing repetitive story missions. So that's all I'll say about that.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
We gotta kill some fools. We gotta drop some bodies here. I think I'm gonna start attacking the Shadowhawk. We're fighting a war on multiple fronts here. We're going everywhere, trying to get a little bit of everything. Rock 'em, sock 'em, robot style. Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face.
Putting my weight into it.
I punched him in the stomach. That's just as good. Unfortunately, our flamer's not strong enough to take out the core, and we don't have enough to bring his heat over the top. But maybe the turrets will take him out? No, they knocked him unsteady. The turret's not going to focus fire, though. They're sending their second volley after the Locust. But they got him, so that's good. We've got 4 rounds remaining now. The enemies are going to make probably most of their turns right now. Or maybe they'll get one and then it'll be Decker's go. Enemy commando rushing across the field. And he's shooting at the APC. I think we got this in the bag at this point. Yeah, we got this in the bag. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to melee this first commando with Decker, and it's going to take off 2 evasion, 1 from the punch and 1 from the small laser. If we knock him unsteady, all of his evasion's gone. Or if we kick him in the freaking leg, he'll just fall over and he won't have any evasion, and we'll get to take a called shot on him. So that's awesome. After that, we're going to do a multi-target with Glitch to hopefully... We're not gonna kill 2 birds with 1 turn unless we move up. I've been very comfortable with Glitch on this hill for so long, but I think it's time for her to move up so we can fire more of our weaponry at the targets. We've been out of range for our medium lasers for most of this time, So our firepower hasn't been maxed out, but because of the breaching shot, it hasn't really mattered. It's basically felt like we had full firepower. And then after that, we'll just keep punching stuff. So it looks like Decker and Glitch are the tactical side to things, where Payroll and Medusa are just brawling and beating the living daylights out of everyone. And it's working. Alright, now we've got some exposed structure on our dragon, and it's a bit unsteady, so it may, in fact, get knocked down. But that's okay. Yeah, we're not in range for our medium lasers, but I want us to be. So we're going to jump forward. We've got a great sweet spot with the AC5 and the medium laser. They have a lot of crossover in their effective ranges. So jumping in the position, going for the multi-shot, commando and commando on the ground. The commando on the ground is going to get the brunt of the firepower. Hopefully we hit that core. If not, we'll probably still do a nice amount of damage. And the other guy, we just want to hit something.
Line 'em up and I'll
Center torso is a good thing to hit. Yeah, we left it with 10 health remaining, so that's a bit unfortunate. We're going to have to waste another turn on it unless our turrets take it out. Man, this is a bloodbath, man. This is sloppy and dirty. And this guy limping forward. PPC from halfway across the universe gonna miss.
You have orders?
I do have orders for you, son. It's time for you to fire the AC-20. Why is my shot percentage so bad with it? Oh, it's the recoil effect. I totally forgot about that. When you fire autocannons multiple times in a row, they create recoil, which reduces their chance to hit in subsequent turns. That's super annoying, but it makes sense. There's got to be some kind of a limiting factor for such a powerful gun. But when you have precision strike, you're not limited by a damn thing.
Of course.
Wow.
Target neutralized.
It's so fun. Nice. The allies are proving to be incredibly useful.
Mission successful.
Oh, okay. I feel like the mission ended a little bit early. I was definitely ready to kill the remaining enemies, but I suppose the game assumed that, yeah, you got it in the bag. It's okay. So there we go. We did it. We got to see a little bit of that AC-20 in all its glory, getting those one-shots. And we got a whole bunch of bonuses from this. 10% for destroying the Vanguard, ensure all buildings survive, another 20%. Escort the engineers. We got a 10% for that. Destroy reinforcements, 10% for that. So we got just under 1 million credits. We're sitting pretty, folks. We are sitting pretty. We didn't take a whole lot of damage, no injuries, just a little bit on our leg. That's not going to take long to repair at all, probably just 1 or 2 days. Is there anything in particular that I want to grab? No high-quality weapons, but I did see a fire starter in there, and that's a very powerful mech indeed. So we'll take it. We'll take it. We also got 2 pieces of a Locust. 2 pieces of 2 different variants of the Locust. Absolute crap. So there we go. That was a nice one. That was a fun mission. I mean, it was mostly target practice because the enemies weren't all that threatening. It was a very large amount of lightweight mechs, which was interesting to say the least. It could have gone south, but it didn't. Hey.
That mech you wanted is back online.
The Firestarter is a dangerous mech for its tonnage. Carefully timed attacks with its flamers can shut down any mech and leave it open to punishment from your other forces. It's exciting. It's very exciting. So with that, let's just take a look at the contracts before we... Yeah, we've got a 3-star escort mission next up. And this one has a lot of potential salvage, and I imagine there are going to be some very powerful mechs on this one. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to rack it up to maximum salvage, because we got enough money now to to sit pretty for a little while. So we're gonna take on that witness protection mission next when we come back, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a little intimidating, but we're gonna put our best foot forward. We're gonna purchase this PPC Plus. That's pretty cool. It's got +2 accuracy. What's this? A gyro. Gyros counteract the massive amounts of momentum generated from mechs' engines and allow for precision maneuvering and recovery from stability impacting attacks. All mechs come equipped with a stock gyro, which can be upgraded and for improved performance. So +1 hit defense. That's interesting. And the cockpit mod, blah, 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 +2 injury resist. I don't need to read the whole thing for that. So that's interesting. Those modifications. Ooh, another TTS. What is this one for? Ballistics. That would work well on our Blackjack, increasing the accuracy even further, which would almost negate enemy evasion. The way I think of it is the more accuracy I have, technically the less evasion the enemy have. Because if they're increasing the difficulty of our shots by 4, let's say, because of their evasion, and I have +3 accuracy, reducing the difficulty by 3, it's basically like firing at a target with 1 evasion. So I'm gonna buy that. I don't think I'm gonna fit it onto the Blackjack, but there's another mech that I've wanted for a long time called the Jaeger mech, and if I ever get my hands on one of those, it will be a ballistic nightmare for the enemies to deal with. And if we put glitch in there with breaching shot, it'll be fantastic. So one thing, but before we close out completely, I've been wanting for a very long time to, well, we got to repair this guy, but I've been wanting for a very long time to transition the Vindicator Vinny back into its more default loadout. Instead of having a bunch of lasers, it would have a PPC. But at the same time, I don't think it's all that necessary, because, I mean, despite the fact that the PPC Plus is super awesome with its 2 accuracy, I don't think it's all that necessary, because the Blackjack is filling the long-range fire support role, and a PPC is more or less a long-range fire support with a little bit of extra crowd control in it, because targets hit by a PPC have reduced chance to hit. So really, despite the fact that I really want to change up the Vindicator Vinny, because I do enjoy the sniper build quite a bit, I don't think it's all that logical for me to do so. Because this has been working so well, you know, so why would I change up what feels like a perfect build, you know? So yeah, Vindicator Vinny. The only thing we're gonna do to this mech is we'll put every single high quality medium laser that we get into the Vindicator Vinny. But yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. We're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, we're gonna do a very, very difficult contract mission. It was a 3-star escort mission, right? How did I forget? Yes, 3-star escort mission. I have faith in my abilities, so yeah, it's gonna be exciting. As always, the name of the game is Battletech. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.